Holla ballers, hopefully I'm not cutting my head off. It's preachy and it's Thursday. You may have seen the post on YouTube, taking a couple of days off. Seriously overdid it, like crazily overdid it. I was averaging like 5 hours sleep for almost a week, pretty much. I mean, it's the irony of the way things go, I suppose, is the week we started, we decided, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do like the second channel as well, which is, it's not a great amount of work, it's just, you know, it's just stuff we film while we're out and about during the day. So it's not a great deal of work, but we started the second channel. I also got beta access. I also had my raid with Method and running all that. And then I landed 2 big accounts at work at my real life job. So I was just working with balls off. So in between I mean, you saw in the IRL videos, I was like filming beta and then I was editing the videos, setting that up. And then in between the render times, which rendering every single video I put up, which is about 20 minutes long. If I do a 20-minute long video, it's about 2 hours work that goes into that, and then another hour and a half, 2 hours to actually render it, upload it to YouTube, process it, do all the tags, all that kind of crap. So you're talking, you know, 4 hours work per video. And I was churning out sort of 2 videos a day and an IRL video. And then I was working in between that and painting. You saw I was painting the stuff, so I mean, on that night where we were painting, I realised something quite scary, is that I had actually forgotten to eat for like going on probably 36 hours. I hadn't eaten, and I'd just forgotten. Literally, it was so weird. I actually just sat down and was like, "What the fuck? When was the last time I ate?" And I was looking around. I was thinking, I haven't eaten since like yesterday, I don't think, and it was midnight. So I ordered some takeaway, which was a bad move, guys. You always get in these desperate positions where it's like, oh, I'm really hungry. There's not much food in. I'll order out. I can't be arsed cooking and all that. So I ordered like a garlic bread and got it delivered, and it's just such a bad decision because I just went to bed with like this heavy stomach and garlic bread on the fitness drive as well that we've been doing. So it didn't help that the only thing I ate in 36 hours was basically a cheese pizza. That was really grim, but it happened again yesterday, which was the sad part. I woke up and after eating that, I didn't feel like eating anything. My stomach felt rough. I was really tired, like really, really withdrawn. So I was like sitting down after I'd finished work again, but yesterday was the main raid with Method, so I started work really early. I got up at like 6 a.m. To start work essentially, so I could have a couple of hours off during the day, which I could do my looking for raid stuff. As you know, my Warlock is still massively undergeared. So I basically did that, which wasn't a smooth move whatsoever. It wasn't clever. So I got up at 6 a.m. after going to bed around 1:30. Got up again at 6, started working, doing all my paperwork and stuff, and then I did like a few hours work, and then I took a break to do my looking for raids. Got those done, and then started work again till about 6 p.m. and my main raid was starting at 7. So I was even still thinking then, it's Christ, I could do with getting another video uploaded. But then I remembered, I haven't eaten again. Like all day, I haven't eaten at all. Which is, it's not cool, man. I mean, that's your fuel, you know, that's your body fuel. So I was like, shit, I've not eaten again. So I was rushing around trying to find something to eat, and we haven't been shopping. So all there was in was like some bread and this cheapest like cheese I've ever seen in my life. It must have cost me about £1, this cheese. I don't know why I bought it. So I ate a piece of cheese on toast, and then it was raid time. Like it was 20 to 7, so it was like raid time. So I was like, fuck. So I had a cracked and a can of Monster. So I was fueled on a can of Monster and a piece of cheese on toast for all of yesterday. And that's when I thought, no. And then I was actually thinking to myself, which was the scary part, is when I finish the raid, which will be sort of 10 o'clock-ish, because we were doing some other stuff that you'll find out about shortly. Method's doing something coming up, is that we were doing something, so it took about 10 o'clock to finish the raid, so it was like a 3-hour raid, which seems like not a lot to the guys who are still progressing on Heroic, but for a guild that smashes through that content in roughly 2 hours-ish, it was a long raid. So I was like, oh, I couldn't bring myself to do any more. So about 10 o'clock, we finished the raid, and then Ghost was like, we need to go and do Blackwing Lair. I need to get my Judgment armor for his transmog gear. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, let's go do that. So I did Blackwing Lair after that, so it got to about 11 o'clock, and I started to really, I was like at my keyboard like this, and it's like, oh man, I am done. I am totally done. So I had to like I just logged off, went to bed, but because I've had a can of Monster and I hadn't had one for a few days, my brain was like on fire. So I literally stayed awake in bed while Emma was asleep, snoring. I lay in bed till probably 1 o'clock, and I was like looking at Imager, whatever you want to call it. I was looking at Imager, looking at cute cat pictures till like 1 o'clock in the morning, just flicking through, just to try and relax my mind a little bit. And I was thinking about all you think about when you can't sleep is all you think about is stuff you need to do. So tomorrow, the next day, I was like, for today, I was thinking, all right, I've got 2 appointments today with clients for work. I need to get those done. I also need to do some more beta videos. I need to do this and that. And then I was like, no. I fell asleep and I was like, no, I'm not doing anything today. I'm really just not doing anything. On top of that, I was also really stressed, which is shit because I don't get stressed. I mean, stress is the wrong word. Real stress is something quite dangerous. People throw the word stress around quite a lot, like I just did then. Real stress is quite dangerous, and it makes you want to hide away from the world. I don't get like that, or not yet anyway. But I was just feeling like shit because I thought I'd fucked my method trial up last night. I really did, and it wasn't because of play. My play has got better and better, and I'm starting to get a nice grip on the Warlock. I think there's still quite a little bit for me to work out to play correctly. A lot of the times I know what I'm talking about, which is the main thing I always stress in my videos, is I know what I'm talking about. But putting it back into practice after a year and a half of being, out of the heroic scene, and especially the hardcore heroic scene, that takes some getting used to really fine point your spells, to like recast a spell at the perfect moment, to cast this spell at the perfect moment, to make sure your positioning is absolutely perfect. To put that into full practice is difficult. It's a case of saying, do what I say, but although you can see my videos, I often make a ton of mistakes on various classes. Nobody can play every single spec to the absolute maximum. That's just not possible, man. It's just not possible. So I'm really working hard to make sure my Warlock play is as nice as it can be. I'm starting to get there, I think. I'm feeling getting there. My DPS has sort of grown by 10k DPS per raid, which is pretty impressive, really. And I'm getting there. But I think I fucked my method trial because I crashed 4 times. 4 times I crashed last night. And I mean, I said this in the IRL video, is that I think my graphics card has just been absolutely hammered to death. Absolutely hammered. I think I've pretty much, almost to the point, killed my graphics card. And I think it's overheating incredibly. I mean, it's possible that the problems that we had with the live web show last week are also related to this issue. Is that I think I've burnt it out because I've been recording so much, and it might even be my processor. There's something not right anyway. My PC is really unhappy, to the point where if I'm in a raid after like 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours. How long were we in that raid? About 3 hours. No, so maybe an hour and a half actually, maybe even less than that. It literally just says this program has stopped working. It drops me to the desktop, and I can instantly log back in. I mean, I back in within 5 or 6 seconds. But 30 minutes after that, in between bosses, this one. The first one happened on Hagara, I believe. Hagara the Stormbinder. We're running around in the frost phase, and then suddenly my PC just dropped to Windows and I died. I got combat res, which was really bad. I mean, that's something terrible for why you're trialing with a guild-like method. That's really, really bad. And then it happened again after we killed Ultraxion. So, and that's only 20 minutes or so. And then it happened again. When did it happen again? It happened again, I think, after we wiped on the gunship. I think it happened just after I was running back, so it didn't affect the boss at all. But then it happened again on Madness of Deathwing, right at the very end, and I was actually having a really cool Madness kill. I actually thought it was pretty sweet. I was having a decent Madness kill. I got to play Affliction. It should have been such a fantastic raid. I didn't have to play Demonology, so I was playing like Destruction and Affliction. It was really, really cool. And then I crashed again on Madness just as we got to the very last platform. I was back in within 3 or 4 seconds, but obviously 3 or 4, well, I say 3 or 4, this is a total exaggeration. 20 seconds, something like that, but losing 20 seconds of DPS is huge. It's such ridiculous amount of DPS lost that I've no idea how I ended up. So it was grim, and people were obviously noticing that I was DCing. Nobody said anything. which is kind of sad. So that was quite depressing as well, and I was literally, I don't know what the hell is happening, because I don't crash, I do not crash, I hate crashing, it's so retarded, it frustrates me, but then you're playing with the fear that you could crash at any time, and that's an added burden on your shoulders, is that you're thinking, I could crash at any moment here. That's really bad, and having to say on TeamSpeak to the guys who were talking and discussing things is, I think I've crashed. You can hear it's like, oh, come on, you know? And that was grim. So it's possible that I fucked it. It really is. I mean, maybe they'll give me another chance. And hopefully, I'm not actually in the main raid next week, I don't think. So I have some opportunity to try and resolve my PC issues. It's not an issue that I can't carry on doing my YouTube stuff, because it seems to be only happening in raids when there's a lot of graphically intense stuff happening. Well, Hagara isn't graphically intense. But maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose. You know, that kind of attitude. But yeah, crashing 4 times in one night. The fuck, man, it was so depressing. So I had that in my mind as well, is that I think I've probably just fucked my chance with Method. I was actually expecting like a whisper, or can we have a conversation? It was actually the main reason I worry about it is, one, because crashing in progression can be the difference between a kill and not a kill. And when I was doing my interview with Roger, he asked me, do you have any connection problems? Because we've just failed a really, really good player because he was disconnecting pretty regularly, and I don't disconnect, so I was like, no, of course not. I'm not disconnecting, that's the point. My internet is solid, it's banged on. There's something wrong with my computer, but you're a trial, you know. How many times I've seen it when I've been a raid leader or a guild master, and a trial starts saying, oh, there's something wrong with my PC, I just think, what a waste of fucking time. That's the first thing I think, is this guy's a waste of time, his PC is broken, can't do anything about it. On top of that, loads going on now. I'm starting to think about it. It's just insane, man. It's really, really crazy. On top of that, yesterday I received a letter through the post that had a check in it for £500, and I was like, what the fuck? Just this random check, and it came from the people who we rented our previous property off. They sent me this letter saying, you know, here's your £500 back. And I was like, what the fuck? And fuck me, there's a dodgy driver in front of me. So I was like, what the fuck, man? Why have I got a check for £500? So I instantly log into my bank account, and lo and behold, they have charged me the rent on my previous property twice this month. Like, one was expected, but they've charged me again, and I've also paid the rent on the new place. So that's nearly, so it's £500 times 2, so that's £1,000, and the place on the money on my new place is 570. So I've paid nearly £1,600 out this month, and that's not funny, you know. So I mean, while you're talking about, oh, I need a new graphics card, I'll go out and buy one, I just realised that I've actually been stung for like £500, and I was like, shit, what the fuck? So I'm now like £500 down for the next week or so, because the checks take ages to cash. Checks are a nightmare, so I can't even resolve that situation. It really was too much. It was just incredible. It's been an incredible 2 weeks, really. Really, really big 2 weeks. I also had the stuff with TGN. So much going on. The TGN and our new partner and stuff like that. So it's been a pretty crazy time, guys. Really crazy. And it's sort of, I was just overtired. I was so tired and just needed to take a break. You know, there's only so many hours in the day, and I was trying to squeeze so much into those hours that I wasn't able to do what I usually do. Is because I've talked about time management with you guys before, and I wasn't able to say these 2 hours are my time to do nothing. That's how I work. I like to set aside time specifically when I've got nothing to do. I say, no, I'm not doing anything. So if anybody says, oh, can you come and do this, can you come and do that, I say, no, I'm busy. And that busyness is me doing nothing, and that is, you know, that's part of it. I've made plans to not actually do anything. In between that time, I'm doing everything I could possibly do to make sure that my time is used wisely. That's why I don't like mismanaged time. I don't like it at all. I don't like people wasting my time. It's my biggest bugbear, is people wasting my time. I really hate it. So, you know, I was specifically not being able to set aside time to not do anything, because sometimes you just need an hour during the day where you're just not doing anything, and I haven't been able to do that. So that's why I'm taking a break, guys. I mean, Christ, when you list it all, that's a lot of stuff that's going on at the moment. But tomorrow, hopefully, we're back in full swing. We've got some big stuff coming. Web show weekend is this weekend as well, on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that, to actually relieve some stress. Hopefully the stream works. and I could just sit down with you guys and we can have a chat. I was thinking about topics to set, but I don't think we will set a topic because there's so much going on with beta, and the last stream was such a kind of a fuck up. I think we'll just sit down and we'll talk to each other. Let's just get chatting away to each other and have a just great show. I think that's what we should do, is get back to our roots a little bit. I think I think as the channel's growing, I mean, you guys let me know in the comments if you think this is wrong, is as the channel's growing, I've tried to improve everything so quickly instead of doing baby baller steps, which is what I teach you, is baby baller steps, which is don't try and jump to the end. Don't try and jump to the end. Do each bit as it comes. Now, I think I've tried to do too much with the channel. We jumped to having full green screen backgrounds, we tried to introduce more skits, we tried to do this, we tried to do that, and I'm realistically thinking now we've actually done it for a couple of weeks, is there just isn't that much time. I don't have that much time to produce everything I want to do. So what's actually happening is, because I can't get everything done that I want to do, is the bits that I am getting done are rushed. They're not the quality I expect. We keep it low tech, but that doesn't mean the quality should be bad. Just because we don't do everything in, you know, full 3D hardcore resolution, or, you know, full on everything, what we do produce should be really nice quality and interesting and fun for you. And I think what we've done is, or what I've done, this is no, you know, it's my channel to operate, is I think I've bit off far more than I can chew. So what I'm actually thinking of doing is not worrying about the fact that I can't do my green screen stuff at the moment because we can't afford the lights. I think that's the I think we'll drop the idea of doing the green screen background. I mean, it sounds like it's all related to green screen, but it's all about just suggesting that we do that stuff is actually really difficult in terms of production, to make sure it's done correctly, and it hasn't been done correctly. I mean, Ghost has been an absolute star. I mean, a superstar, guys, with helping out produce this stuff, because he's got a daughter and all that kind of stuff. And I seem to just be asking people to do stuff all the time instead of saying, how's it going, you know, what's up with, you know, how's things with you? So I think I'm going to just pop the brakes a little bit, go back to doing my content that I enjoy, which is me playing the game and trying to show you some good stuff, because that's how the channel was built, instead of trying to jump to what I might be able to produce in 6 or 7 months' time, which is, I was already talking about doing, like, renovating our garage to produce a set and do a full-time show. We're just not there yet. I think I need to pop the brakes on that one and just take it down a notch, do what we enjoy, and work on the things that people like, things that we like, and make those even better, and then consider adding more stuff to it, if that makes sense. That's what I think we should do. It's just baby steps. Take it back, do some baby steps. I think that's the best plan. Instead of trying to turn the channel into something which it isn't. It's not a big YouTube channel, it isn't. And it feels, that's the thing, it feels like it's getting so big. I mean, we're drawing in, what, 100 subscribers a day? Last week it was 60? I just, you know, that's insane. I mean, I checked the YouTube channel yesterday, it was like, oh, it's below, it was on like 6,950. Today it's on like 7,100, and it's like, wow, you know, that's growing. It's growing and growing and growing and growing, and I need to be aware that people are there for the content that I'm doing. That doesn't mean I need to alter it significantly to make it better. Let's perfect what we've got. I do think I need to make the videos cleaner. I've had lots of requests from people who like to watch my videos because they enjoy the way I present it, but they like to do it while they've got the children there. It's about appreciating the lives of other people. So his daughter likes watching the WoW gameplay, and she also likes this. I had one email, I had a lot of emails, but one that stuck out to me is that your daughter finds your voice when you're talking quite exciting and also quite relaxing. She's quite quiet, she loves to listen to it. Problem is that you know, every now and again you're dropping in these big swear words, and I think she was 6 or 7, this daughter of his, but she really loves watching your videos. And the guy loves watching videos. He's an avid WoW player, and he loves watching the videos too. So I need to be bearing that in mind, is that, you know, people have these different ways of viewing things, and being clean doesn't take away from the channel, because, you know, the swearing doesn't add that much to it. You know, so I know some of you will really like it, but you can find swearing anywhere, I suppose. So I'm going to think about that. I am taking a couple of days break, and this is why I need it. This break, now I know that today I'm not going to produce anything. It allows me to think like this, actually, and just to think of things in my head to say, no, we're going to put a stop to that. We'll put a stop to trying to do that, and we'll take it back to our roots. I think that is the best idea. Is for the moment, we're still better than we were. Let's relish that fact that we've got a better studio. We can produce things. We've got a better microphone. Our audio quality is really... I know a lot of you won't even tell the difference, but if you compare it to my early videos, we've really upped it a lot. So I think that's the best thing to do, guys, okay? So that's what's happening. This is me on my break. It's a gorgeous day. It was snowing yesterday. I think I've got some footage of that on the camera. It snowed yesterday in England. We woke up and it was snowing, and now the sun's out again. It's absolutely insane. But for now, that's me, guys. I'm just on my break. I've just finished my last appointment. I'm going to go see my brother, which I haven't done for a while. I'm just going to spend some time with him. So I'll take it easy, ballers, and you take it easy too, okay? And we'll catch up tomorrow.